something different. Oh, my God, me from going lunatic. Boom, 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 moving up and down again. That's all the stars in the world. 7, 6, 11, 5, 4, 17, 32 the day.
Hello everyone, welcome to another movie review. I just saw 28 Years Later, which of course is the highly anticipated, long-awaited sequel to 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. I want to give a quick shout out to my buddy Rob, who I saw the movie with. He has work in the morning, he has to be up early, so he can't film this review with me. So shout out to Rob. I told you I'd shout you out. At Zero Sins on YouTube. So, this movie, like I said, long awaited. It's almost been 28 years since the first movie at this point. And did this movie live up to the hype? Now, in terms of like the sequence of titles, days, weeks, you think months would be next, you know? But for whatever reason, over the years, they never made another movie. I don't know what the story is behind that. Danny Boyle, of course, made the first movie back in the day. Very experimental movie, low budget, filmed with a standard definition camera, handheld camera, you know, to make it seem like it's a found footage type movie and to, you know, make it easier to shoot certain close quarter sequences and just make it more gritty, you know. And I thought it worked. You know, the movie doesn't look good, but that's kind of the point. And then a couple years later, we got 28 Weeks Later, which was directed by a totally different person. I don't think any of the same people came back, except for the composer, who, of course, made the awesome 28 theme, you know. And this new movie doesn't really have it, unfortunately. I was expecting it to make a comeback. I'll probably include it in the intro of the video. So I love that theme song. It's badass. So many years later, Danny Boyle is back, and Alex Garland, who wrote the first movie, is back too. And this is the first of a new trilogy, which is interesting because, you know, you wouldn't expect like this to be like a new, I guess, trilogy. You would expect like maybe we'll get 28 years later, maybe we get 28 decades later. You know, like you get these big time jumps. But I guess they're gonna make 3 movies called 28 Years Later. The next one's called 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, and that comes out in January. So we don't have to wait too long for that one, thankfully, but it's interesting that they're doing this. And this movie does a lot of setting up, you know, I'll just say that, for the next installment. And I'm excited too because apparently Cillian Murphy's returning for that, and of course he played Jim in the first movie. Now obviously Cillian Murphy is, you know, a big actor now. He won an Oscar for Oppenheimer, and you know he's a great actor. I mean, you know, I can't wait to see like where his character is now. Like what has his character been up to? Is he like a badass? Is he like, you know, I don't know. So this movie, basic plot of this, of course, 28 years after the infection, the breakout in London. Basically in this movie, everything is quarantined to where the rest of the world is normal, but everything in the UK is still quarantine. Like the people of planet Earth said, we're not going to take any chances. You guys are stuck here. It is what it is, which is kind of crazy to think. But over the 28 years, the infected have sort of evolved. You do get different kinds in this movie. You get like slow, fat ones. You get gigantic, unstoppable ones, which is actually pretty terrifying. You get the normal ones, you know, the normal, fast, crazy ones. I will do a spoiler section later because there are a few things I do want to talk about. And just going into this movie too, be aware, this is not a conventional like zombie movie, really. So Danny Boyle, of course, is an Oscar-winning director. So there is a little bit of artsy-fartsiness in the movie, as I like to say. It's not extreme or anything, but just be aware, this is not like Train to Busan or World War Z. Like, it's not like that, you know. But it is a very good movie, though. Like, I really enjoyed it. I don't really have a lot of complaints, actually. But just be aware, like I said, there is plenty of carnage and, you know, zombie action and whatnot. But just don't expect, like, The Walking Dead, you know, like I said. So, basic plot, though, like I said, 28 years later, you follow a father and a son essentially, well, and a mother too who's sick. The child actor in this movie, who's essentially the main character, he is very good. I don't know his name, but like, man, this kid gave a really good performance. Like, and he's very young too. So, in the movie, I think they said he's 12. But you do have his father played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, who everybody knows at this point, and he did a good job in the movie too. You know, the mother played by Jodie Comer, she was good too. Everybody was good in the movie. Ray Fiennes is in there, and he's great in everything. But I don't want to say too much, about these characters. Like I said, I'll do a spoiler section later. But basic premise of the movie, though, they're trying to find a cure for their mother's sickness. I'll just say that. She's sick. She's not infected, but she's sick, and they need to go somewhere to help her, basically. So it is sort of like, I don't want to say a road trip movie, but it is a journey, I guess, a journey movie. With zombie action in it, of course. So, and another interesting note, too, this movie was filmed entirely on iPhone 13s, I believe, which is crazy. I do know they use special lenses and things like that, and other things, but it's cool to see, like, our phones are capable of doing things like this, with the proper equipment, obviously. And watching the movie on the big screen, you can kind of tell if you look closely, because I knew going in it was shot on iPhone. You can kind of tell, like, it's not the conventional, like, look, if that makes any sense. But the movie looked great, though. Like, the camera work was very good. There's a lot of crazy editing and quick cuts and stuff like that, of course, when dealing with the infected people. But I thought it was all very effective. Like, I don't really get scared by movies, but there were some moments where it was, like, there's a lot of tense things happening, and a lot of high stakes. But, yeah, again, not the typical zombie movie. So, if you want, like, pure carnage, go to 28 Weeks Later. Like, 28 Days Later has carnage, too, but, like, 28 Weeks Later is, like, a pure zombie movie, basically. But this one, in my opinion, was very good, though. Like, if I was to rank the three movies, I'd probably say 28 Days is still the best one, just because it's the original and it's, it's iconic. And then I'd probably say this one. I like this one more than 28 Weeks Later. 28 Weeks Later is, it's got his fun action in it, but, like, at the end of the day, that one's just kind of a pure popcorn movie. This one has a little more to say, I guess. And just better performances and characters and stuff like that, of course. So, and I feel like the ending, too, is going to be weird for some people, because I watched a couple of reviews, and people did mention, like, the ending caught them off guard, and yeah, it is, like I said, this is chapter 1 of 3, so, be prepared for, like, very non-conventional ending. I'll just say that. It sort of comes out of nowhere. I didn't dislike it, per se. I was just kind of like, okay, I mean, I'll see what happens next, I'm definitely going to be in the theater for that. Now, the next one's being directed by Nia DaCosta, who did The Marvels, which is not a good movie. I don't know what else she's made, but I pray this next movie's good. So, yeah, interesting choice there. Again, she might have made some good movies before, I just don't know what. But we'll see. So, like I said, 7 more months. Comes out in January, which is my birthday month, so maybe it'll come out on my birthday. I don't know. I have to see the release date. I don't know what it is. But other than that, I don't really have a lot to say. Again, very good movie. It's just nothing mind-blowing. Like, it's not an A+ or anything. For me, it's more like a B+. It was very solid, very good. So I'll give it like an 8 out of 10, Very good movie. Rewatchable, yeah, I would say it is. I'm probably going to buy it. But not seeing the full picture yet of the trilogy, it's like, okay, I can't really... Maybe certain things will be explored more in the sequels, and, so I don't know. But that's really about it for the non-spoiler section, so I'm going to move on to spoilers. If you haven't seen this movie, please go check it out. Definitely support it, because I believe they already shot the second movie. I think they shot this one and the next one back-to-back. So the third one, I guess they need to make money first before they do that. So go see the movie. We need to get this full story. Yeah. And thank you, Danny Boyle and Alex Garland, for coming back and doing this damn near 28 years later. So, but yeah, 8 out of 10 I think is fair. So, All right, spoiler time. I need to drink some water because I'm talking a lot. All right, so the ending. I was wondering when that kid from the beginning was going to come back with the cross. The whole time I was thinking, okay, is that Aaron Taylor Johnson's character just grown up now, and he's going to give his son the cross or whatever? No, it's a group of misfits with their colorful outfits and weapons. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Like, I mean, they're a ragtag group of guys that can kill anything, I guess. I don't know what that's going to be, you know. They look entertaining. Yeah, I don't know. It just caught me. The tone of the movie did not match that ending at all. Like, anything in the movie did not match that. There were, you know, good moments of humor, like the character Eric that shows up, the army guy, the Navy guy, I should say. He was fun, you know. I like how they showed, like, he has an iPhone and, you know, he's used to things being normal and stuff like that. I should have mentioned him in the non-spoiler section. I really enjoyed his character, actually. And then the whole Bone Temple thing, like the next movie, is that referring to the doctor's, like, place he lives with the bones and all that? I'm not really sure what that's about. And then I'm wondering, too, like, how is Cillian Murphy going to come into this next story? Jim, you know. So, I don't know. We'll see. But those Alpha guys were, like, that was some intense shit with those guys. Yeah. These movies are very effective in making their zombies, you know, seem, you know, threatening. So, that was cool. But yeah, I thought I had more to say with the spoilers. That was the quietest baby of all time, by the way. I was talking to my friend about that. Like, that was, like, you see the baby cry a few times, but there's certain scenarios, like, the baby should be screaming, you know, when that Alpha attacked them at the end, you know. That was weird to me. Yeah, quiet baby, just too quiet. So, and that's interesting, too. The baby came out of an infected person. So, like, I'm thinking it's going to be, like, a hybrid or something. You know, the doctor said the placenta protected it, but, like, I don't know. I feel they're going to do more with that in the sequels. Because, like, why introduce a brand new baby, you know, and then, I don't know. We're going to see it grown up at some point. They might do, like I said, another 28 years later. I don't know. So that's going to be cool to see. So, yeah, they can go in all kinds of ways with this. And obviously, Aaron Taylor Johnson's going to go looking for his son. He's probably going to run into those guys. Those guys are probably going to take in Spike, you know, as one of their own. So, I don't know. There's a lot of ways it could go. I think, though, at some point, where they all live in their little village, it's going to get attacked. It just has to, because the Alpha was able to, like, run across the thing and almost get there. So, I feel like they're going to get a bunch of Alphas going there. So, it's going to be crazy. Excuse me. But, yeah, I think that's all I had to say regarding spoilers. But, like I said, very good movie, 8 out of 10. Let me know in the comments what you thought. How would you rate it? And how would you rank the 3 movies so far? And were you disappointed? Because I feel like I'm hearing some people say they were, like, overall disappointed by it. But, like, you gotta, like I said, this is Danny Boyle making, you know, he's not making a zombie movie. He's making a movie with zombies in it, if that makes any sense. You know, there's a difference. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Next week is F1. I'm definitely checking that one out. And Megan 2.0, which I'll probably watch. I have to watch the first Megan because I've never seen it. So I'll probably check both of those out. And yeah, and Squid Game Season 3, which, you know, I don't really review TV shows, but I'm just reminding you guys, check out Squid Game Season 3. I can't wait to see what happens at the end, because it's supposed to be the final season. So, but yeah, thanks for watching, and have a good one. Bye-bye.